was just told that the camera is on, or rather I was on, and you're on. You're on. You are happening now. And this evening is about pausing in our busy lives and considering what is happening, what is going on, and primarily considering what is going on where you are, and to put it in traditional terms, who you are, what you are. And I imagine you've already considered this, but what I am going to do with you this evening is take you through some unusual awareness exercises that point to your true nature, which is on, which is on. And I say that our true nature is boundless and on. And I would say it's always on, always on. Now, to be aware of this resource where you are and to live from it, this boundless awakeness that you are, is just the most fantastic thing. And I say that from my own experience, and I'm sure many of you would agree, but the point is to draw on that resource and to enjoy it in our lives. So I teach the Headless Way, and that is a pointer to this fantastic resource where you are. And it is an unusual pointer, but in these days we need something to wake us up, I think, probably. Anyway, just notice now that you can't see your own face. And I can't see mine. And that is the simple gate. You know, I hear that there was a great Chinese Zen teacher back in something like the 8th century. And appropriate to tell a Zen story here, I think. And his name was Hui Neng. And he turned up as a young boy or something. I'll probably get the story a bit wrong, but anyway, you'll get the gist of it. He turned up as a young boy at the monastery and worked in the kitchen, I think. And then the abbot was old and needed to hand on the, being an abbot, the robe and the bowl to somebody. And so he invited people to write a poem to show whether they were worthy of this office. And the head monk wrote a poem, and it was something like, your true nature is like a mirror, and you've got to polish it and clean it. And Hui Neng, one of the stories says that he was illiterate, but it may not be true. But anyway, one way or another, he either got someone to read it or read it himself. He said, no, that's not right. And he got this person to write up his version, which was something like, there's no mirror, there's nothing to clean. You're already that bright awareness. You are already that. See? Well, the abbot read this, called Hui Neng in the middle of the night, gave him the robe and bowl and said, run for it, because the head monk won't be pleased at not being given the job. So he ran for it. And I think the head monk or the Ming or somebody tracked him down after a few months. And Hui Neng said, well, look, here's the robe and bowl if you want it, but that's not what you really want, is it? What you really want is to wake up to your true nature. And the guy said, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. So you know what Hui Neng said? He said, basically, look for your face. It's called the original face koan. He said, look for your original face, the face you had before your parents were born. And apparently the guy saw it. He saw what I've just pointed out to you. Right? Look for your face now. You see, point back at the place you're looking at. These are the Headless Way things, so here you go. You've come to the Headless Way workshop, so you've got to do all these silly things. First point out, actually. Point at my face. You see, I'm pointing at, and there you can see a face. You can see what a face looks like. It's small, it's got a boundary, it's got features, it's got two eyes, it's got a background to it. Well, that's not, that's not the bright, boundless mirror or open space of awareness. Now point back at your face and notice you can't see it. I say this is your original face. It's faceless. You don't see any shapes or colors, or I don't. Here. Now if you point out, this indicates that this boundless awareness, I say I'm looking out of, I think you are, isn't just empty, it's also full of the world, like a mirror. And this space that you're pointing in at, I say you can't polish that. There's nothing there to polish. There's nothing there. You see, now hold your hands like this. These are the simple ways. It's a modern way of guiding your attention to your true nature. You see the gap between your hands. Now bring them back towards you and just watch. They get bigger and bigger, you see, past your head, either side, and then they disappear. They disappear into great, vast, your original face, your original no face, emptiness, awareness. Bring them forward, they come out. Now, I know there's all kinds of questions, probably like, well, I can feel something here, or I can see my nose. We can attend to that. But when Hui Neng said to Ming, or whoever it was, said, look for your face, your original face. You see, not your acquired one. Your acquired one is the one you acquired in the mirror. This is your original one that's always been here, I say. See? And when he said that to Ming, apparently Ming broke down in tears. And then Ming said, well, it can't be that simple, basically. He said, it can't be that simple. Tell me the rest. And Hui Neng said, it is that simple. Now, all the secrets are in you. Well, you've got to be with it. You've got to live it, But it is that simple, I say. See? What can you say? It's that simple. I mean, all right, I'll complicate it for you if you want. No. If you want it, it's that simple, you see. And all really it takes at some level is saying yes. Yes. I mean, there'll be yes, but. I don't think anyone really says yes. Absolutely. They say yes, but what about my nose? Or yes, but what about sensation? Or yes, what about relationships? Or yes, but what about death? That is creative. The but is creative. See, because it evokes things. But my life, which has been, see, it's very interesting for me. I shared this in a shop a few weeks ago in London. I live in London. And someone asked me about what I was doing, and I said, the Headless Way. She said, what's that? I said, well, when I'm looking at you, I can see your face, but I can't see mine. See, I have no face here, so I have your face instead of yours, you see. And she said, oh, wow, gosh, there's some things you never think about, but they're really interesting, you see. That's an understatement, isn't it? I think. But anyway, I had to go in the shop the next week, a week later, and the subject came up again. She said, oh, what do you do? I said, oh, the Headless Way. I can't. She said, oh, yeah. I don't think she'd thought about it once in the week, you see. When someone showed me this when I was 17, I couldn't stop thinking about it. We're all different. We're all different, But you have to nourish it. It's meditation for it to feed you, see. Now, what I like to do is when we're going to do more things, but each time we do something like that, like just look for your face, like point. I'm going to say now, for the next half minute, see, because I don't want to rush from one thing to another. I mean, we are going to rush from one thing to another a bit because we've only an hour or two. But I want you just to digest a bit. But I mean, how do you digest? If you have eaten something, you don't decide to digest, right? It just happens. So I'm going to say now, my favorite thing here at the moment is for the next half minute or minute, we're just going to do nothing. See, I love this. You say, I'm not saying digest what we've just done. I'm not saying meditate. I'm not saying be aware of your breathing. I'm just saying do nothing. I mean, you might think of what you have for breakfast. It's fine. Right? So, everyone okay with that? Right? So it's like time off. Right? You don't have to try anything. Right? So half a minute doing nothing. I get paid for this, you know. All right, that's enough doing nothing. I think you've got to do something now. Oh, Brian, would you help me just give one to everyone there? Headless Way work. Would you give one? Headless Way workshops are like no other. I mean, we have cards, we have rulers, we point. You know, we look through paper tubes at each other. I mean, we're just kitting you out, but yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. You got one? Yeah. So, I mean, the slightly confusing thing is that, you know, if someone's watching me through the video or you're looking at me, you say, what on earth are you talking about? You've got a face. And the knack, the art of it is to look where you are. You can't see it out here. So point back at the place you're looking out of. You see, everyone, we look out there, but it's here. It's nearer to you than you're breathing. And it's not a thing, and it's not a feeling. You say, well, I can't see my head, so what? I say, very good question, but let's start with the experience. It's a non-verbal experience. You can't see your head, and you can point the other way. Just in words are limited. They're great. I love words. But this is a private thing. See, and it's a non-experience. It's not a wow. It's not a thought. It's not a realization. It's just bare observation. But out of that is always available. If it was a feeling, if it was deep peace, if it was bright lights, that would come and go. But nothing does not come and go. And nothing that's always full of something. And right now it's full of this room. It's very creative. See? Now this is the card that you've been given, and it's got a mirror in it. And if you look at the card, the whole represents your true nature, your original face. Your original face that has no features. And you'll see that this roundish hole has no features. And you can put your hand through it. It's empty. You can't feel nothing in that sense. See? And because it's empty, you can fit anything in it. Try it. You see, like a child. You can fit anything in it. Its capacity. It doesn't refuse anything. Now, you're going to guide your attention from there to here. So just hold it up and look at the hole. And bring it towards you. And that represents your true nature, that clear open space, but it's limited, but it's getting bigger. And keep bringing it towards you. Your attention is traveling with the card back towards the place you're looking out on. And then it gets very big. And the top and bottom disappear. And the sides now, for me, are either side of the room. Very wide. Huge. And then keep going and put it right on. And suddenly it disappears. Now, I can't hardly think of a more direct way of pointing, guiding your attention back to your true nature. I mean, just do that again. I mean, in terms of skillful means, in terms of guiding your attention back to that nothing. I mean, it's the real deal. It's not, oh, it's just visual. Is the void visual? I don't know. But anyway, any way in is a good way. Here, you say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know, just take what is given. There's the represents nothing, that no thing, that awareness, that on, that being. Yeah, now put it on. This is the modern way. I say it's my way. Guide your attention back to the place you were always looking out of, are always looking out of. See, and there it is. It's so much fun. It's like kid. It's magic. Now, you see, if you keep it on, I've realized this is so good because it's so memorable. I mean, look around. Don't they look silly, the people? Don't I look silly? See, so it's memorable. I mean, you can't think, did you go to a Headless Way workshop? What did you do? I have no idea. I can't remember. Really? Were you awake? I mean, we put cards on and we all look silly, you see. But then you say, there's one in this room who does not look silly. Put your hand up if it's you. Well, there you are. The one, where you are. This is profound. I say it's profound. You do not look silly to yourself. You know you look silly to others. This is distinguishing between what your appearance, your acquired face, the one that others see, the one that you see in the mirror that looks silly, and your original face, which does not look silly at all. Has no shape, color, boundary. See? And you've just got to, I suppose, not be so distracted by worrying about what other people are seeing, to pause for a moment long enough to notice you're empty. There's the freedom. As Ming said, you know, yeah, come on, tell me the rest. It can't be that simple. It is. It is. And I meet people who say, you know, I came across this 10 years ago. I thought it can't be that simple. And I've gone off and done other things, and I'm back. I've realized finally it's that simple. Thank God. Thank God. See, I'm just here to say it's so simple, it's always available. You might go off for 10 years and then finally come back, or whatever. That's totally up to you. What can I do? It's this simple. It's this available. It's timeless. See, And to you are all the secrets revealed, said Hui Neng to Ming. Well, one of the secrets is that something comes out of nothing. You've got to take what you get. As you look ahead, you can't see the card. Now bring the card off. The card comes out of nowhere. There it is, magic. Something comes out of nothing. You say, yes, but. All right, good. We can think about it, you see. But here's just a little interlude to put, not an interlude, just looking at a different way. You say, well, but Richard, I can see your head. You know, and, you know, I know I've got a head. I say, well, relativity. What you are changes with the range of the observer. It's relative to the range of the observer. What I mean is, you're looking at me from 6 feet, so you see Richard. But if you come up to me, you see half of Richard. Then you see just Richard's face. Then you see Richard's eye. Then you get a blur. I have changed radically. If you, like a child, accept what is given, and then with the right instruments you come even closer and you say, well, actually you're no longer even a patch of skin, you're some cells, really. See, out there I'm a person, but much, much closer. You tell me, the scientists tell me I'm cells, but if you come up to those, they dissolve into molecules, change, you know. And you go up to a molecule, it's made of atoms, and you go up to an atom, it's made of electrons. It's almost nothing, just wisps of energy. See, so the scientist is saying you have layers. I have layers like an onion, and like Alice in Wonderland going up to the Red Queen, you disappear. This is verifiable. We say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what do you mean, yeah, yeah, yeah? They're telling you that you disappear when they go up to you. No one takes it seriously, but they will in the future because it's verifiable and it makes sense. So they almost get up to where you are at zero, but they can't quite make that leap from a distance to no distance, you see. But you are at zero distance. I am at zero distance. And I said, well, you say I've almost disappeared as you come up to me. It's a modern teaching. Science is a modern teaching about the insubstantiality of form. You go up to anything, it vanishes. See, we say, that's just some ancient text. No, it's science. It says, but the question is, what are you at zero? That's where the treasure is, apparently. You say, well, we can't tell you. You're almost nothing, but we can't tell you. You say, well, it's fine. I'm at zero. I'll look for myself. And it's absolutely nothing, right? Not nearly nothing, absolutely nothing. But it's awake, and it's full of everything. You move it. Point is to move, as the Buddha said, you can't get to nirvana by going, you get by coming. So let's come home. Hold the card out, see? At that range, someone sees a face, but you're going to bring your attention all the way to zero, through all those layers, probably, I suppose. You bring all those layers, and you put it on, and it's just brought your attention back to zero, where you're wide open, boundless awareness, awake, on, with no dividing line, full of the room now, and the sounds and thoughts and everything. It can't be that simple. It is. What can I say? It is. It is. It is. It is. And now, if you look in the mirror, you see, some of the mirrors are better than others, but anyway, you can see something there. That's your acquired face, because you've acquired it at the age of 18 months or 2 years. Because when you looked in that mirror as a baby, that wasn't yours yet. It was just your friend, out there at arm's length with all the other friends. See? And what you did was, under pressure from society, learn to imagine that face at the near end and put it on, acquire it, imagine wearing it. You see. But the truth is simple. The truth is not manipulation. The truth is not fixing things. The truth is accepting what is given. So as you look at that face, that acquired face, that one you identify with profoundly, and I do with mine, notice where it is. It's at the far end of your arm. And as you look at it, notice your arm coming back. In fact, take your finger, put your other finger on the face in the mirror, where it is. It's over there at arm's length in your hand. Now, as you look at the face, just trace your hand up your hand, up your forearm, the other hand, and your attention is following the feeling, following the look of the hand. You're coming all the way, and then there's very close to a point where it disappears, and then you can make it reappear. That's the edge of your field of view, or edge of the world. Now, I don't find a second face at the near end. It's empty. My hand disappears over the threshold into vast open space. My face is there. The mirror tells me the truth. It tells me where my face is. It's there, not here. Simple. You know, it's given freely. It's given freely. Now, try and put the face on. You see, you bring it towards you. Now, if you hold it about halfway towards you, that mirror is telling you the truth. It's showing you what you are at that distance. That's what other people see, you know, more or less turned around the other way around at that range. You come up to closer, it's like the scientist coming up and telling you what you are. Now you've just got your eye, and you come even closer and you get a blur, and you can't come any closer. Yeah. But that is your mirror helping you see the layers. The mirror shows you that your appearance changes, and it all, just to a blur. The scientist indicates, shows you that as he or she comes up to you, you disappear. And when you look, you've completely disappeared and are full of everything. Is this simple? This simple. So another idea is your single eye. And I love the Headless Way because it's so simple. And I just hope you have the good merit and karma to accept what's simple. I mean, as I said, when I first came across the Headless Way, I think I was telling Dale, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I said, oh, good karma. I don't know what it is, what it is, but it's just, that is true. Oh my God, that's true. I'm looking at nothing. So, to highlight the single eye, what you do is you make your hands into a pair of glasses like this, put them together so they're touching. So you've got a dividing line. See? This is the advanced one. Right? See, like that. Now, what you're going to do, hold them out, look at the two holes, the dividing line, and put them on. And notice what happens to the dividing line, and it disappears. Doesn't it? Does it disappear? Yeah. So two become one. And then take your hands. I mean, it's not a feeling, not a wow, it's just an observation. See, and they go around the single eye. Big, right? Big. Put your hands like horse blinders, like this, and see the space between your hands. I mean, huge hands, like giant hands, with the whole room. Just move your vision, and see what's between your hands. The whole world is between your hands. Not a little face. Your face is the world, you could say. See? Now, actually, I have a piece of paper here. So, very briefly, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but two styles of leadership. First style is the teacher has something the students don't have. You can see which is the teacher, you see. And so all the students look to the teacher. I mean, it might be learning car mechanics or, how to rob a bank. Did I say that? But you need instruction, and this person has something the students don't have. So it's hierarchical, and it's one way, and the students do not learn from each other. You learn from the teacher. I'm fulfilling that role in a way now, aren't I? I mean, I know about the experiments and you don't. See, so at that level, that kind of setup is how we learn. It's valuable. But there's one subject that it does not apply to, and it's you. Would you believe it? It's you. It's you in the sense of your true nature. Because I suppose you could say that, well, I think in terms of sharing our true nature, you maintain this position for about 5 seconds. Because as soon as you do this, now everyone is aware of what the subject is. And I can't know it more than you, because it's nothing. See? And this is fantastic. I'll talk a bit more about this, but then we move at that level of the subject being the subject, you, to quite a different setup, which is this. Now, you can't now tell who was the student and who was the teacher, because everybody now has access to the subject matter, which is you. See, and I say, it is so simple. We're not talking about understanding even. It just, can you see your head? No. Do you see the room instead? Yes, got it. Right? See? And along with this then follows something very important, I think, is that because I can see my true nature, I accept it's as simple and obvious for you. Right? I can't prove that, I just accept that. And I accept that you're looking out of your single eye now, this vast open space where you are. And it's full of the room. So we're equal. But your response is different from mine. Is it worse or better? Is my response deeper because I've been apparently seeing this for 50 years? How can I know nothing more than you do? I can't. And it's not in time, it doesn't accumulate. So we're equal. And this is something that I have settled into more and more and keep settling into. This deepening recognition and acceptance and celebration that your expression, your response to this is of course as valid as mine. See? And this is this model. See? And when we move into acknowledging this. So I was watching CNN last night, and Kamala Harris was at an abortion clinic, and then the guy was talking about it afterwards. And he said, we've got to talk about abortion. We've got to talk about it. We've got to say something about it. And he looked at the camera and said, we've got to use words like uterus. See, taboo, taboo, taboo. See, but I get it. It's the same with our true nature. Our true nature, no one's talking about. Partly because people are not aware of it, but when you do the experiments, I say you become aware of it. It's that simple. But we overlook it. We don't draw on it. And I am doing my best to promote a society where this is normal and where we say, faceless, headless, face to no face, single eye, whoa, whoa, you see. Because we need to bring it onto the front burner, and we need to converse about it, and we need to communicate about it. I think we need to, because the more that we bring onto the front burner, the more it comes into common currency, and we celebrate it and discover things about it through our communication, you see. So, when I do this, you see, this is empathy. When you grow up, part of growing up is learning empathy. What that means is you can't see yourself now. How do you become aware of what you are as a person? It is by going out, turning around and seeing yourself through the eyes of others, or imagining what you look like through the eyes of others, because you can't see yourself now. So how do you become aware? It's through the mirror, which is out here showing you, and it's through people like me and others. See, I say, hello, River or David or Brian, you see it? And you nod back and I feel like you're seeing me. So growing up is empathy. Now when you awaken to who you really are, see, you now apply that empathy further, because you know I can't see my head, right? If you're recognizing that, you're empathizing. Are you with me? You're empathizing that from my point of view up here at the front, I don't see Rich. I see a bit of his, a bit of his body. But my hand disappears into what I'm saying is vast open space. Space, taboo, space, emptiness, you see. Now you take your hand and just go back, you see. And you see it disappearing. I can't see it disappearing there. I'm empathizing. I'm imagining you're in the same condition as me and your hand has disappeared and you just got sensation. I bring it forward and it comes out of nothing. So now when I do this, see, in this group where we've done that, you know I'm referring to my true nature. If I just go like that now, because I've told you that's what I'm doing, now when I do that, you recognize that my hand is disappearing into vast space. It kind of reminds you of your true nature. Does that make sense? All right, so, for example, Robert and Brian can show you how to do this. Brian, just turn to Robert and just put your hand into the great void where Robert is. You'll see, there's a communication, you see. So when Brian moves, just put your hand past Robert's head, we all know that Robert is seeing the hand disappear and reappear. So it's reminding, it's conversing non-verbally about true nature. Now Robert does it to Brian, see? There, his hand disappears into nothing and then comes out. So this is just, thank you very much. You got to stop him. So play, but we are taught as we grow up ways of relating, ways of saying hello, shake hands, you see, or go hi. Well, now here's another one. Play, if you would. Turn to a partner, and A and B, and A puts the hand into the void and out, and then B does it. Have a go. Just turn. It's fun, you know. But you know what? Now you're, that's it. And you can say, my hand is disappearing into nothing. You can bring... There's a friend at the back there. It's good fun to do. You can do it with me. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. All right. So now just talk to your partner for half a minute and just say what you experienced. That's just reflecting on the experience. Yep. Cool, huh? Cool. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So in terms of this model compared to this one, which one looks like it's got more energy? That one. Which looks more stable? That one. If the teacher disappears, dies, it collapses. If one person doesn't know. See, I say that this is the model for what is happening here. See. Each person is now aware of their true nature. I say, you can't see your head. Instead you see the world. I know you haven't explored what it means in depth. Take the rest of your lives, you see. But you've got the key. That's the point. In this model, you've got the key. You've got access to your true nature. Not saying that you now feel eternally peaceful or you realize whatever. It's just you've got access at will now to your true nature. And you know everyone else has. Ridiculous to deny it. I mean, ridiculous. You can't see your head, instead you see the world. You said, it can't be that simple. Well, we've covered that one. What can I say? What can I say? It is. What can I say? See. Now, when you are with others, whether they know it or not, you can see that you see their face and you don't see yours. I call it face to no face. See, we need a new vocabulary to add on to the old one to articulate this observation. So when you're looking at me, see, you know, I mean, you can empathize. I can't see Richard's face. Instead, I've got 30 faces, 25 faces, whatever it is. I say, I'm trading faces with you. I've got your appearance now instead of mine. It's lovely. I'm built open. I'm busted open. I am empty for you. I'm space for you. You see. What can I say? It's just true. It's wonderful. It's love. It's that unconditional openness. Not because Richard isn't unconditionally open. You see? Brian isn't unconditionally open, but your true nature is. It is. It just is. I mean, Why argue with it, you know? Yeah. Now, this one, you see, this is you know, a very limited model for living in a society where our true nature is recognized. And we need to start talking about it for it to grow, you see. So I say, I am face to no face with you. I'm here talking about it, sharing it. Now, do you understand what I'm talking about? Are you face to no face with me, Rachel? Yes. Yeah, you see, and when you say yeah, everyone hears it. They've heard it, right? When you look at me, it's language. So if you don't like the particular phrase, that is secondary to the non-verbal experience. That when you look at me or look at anyone, you see their face and not yours. Now, however you interpret that, that's given. That's Hui Nong saying, look for your face. You see. Now, when you hang out with others who are enjoying it, you start to realize wonderful things about this. You know, that's what comes in terms of conversation and friendship and relationship with this. You're talking about it, discovering things, because it's always feeding you. When I look at you, I don't know your name. What's your name? Tim. Tim. See, I see your face, I don't see mine. Is it the same the other way around? Yes. Yes. So could you say that you're face to no face with me, face to space? I could. Yeah. So you're empty for me, yeah? Yes. Wow. I mean, wow. That, to you, the secrets are revealed. See, that is it. Tell me the rest. There's no rest. There's no more, is it? But it's an endlessly fertile bare ground that will come up with this workshop now. See. David, are you face to no face with me now? Would you? Yes. Yes. It's important to say it. Are you face to no face with me? Would you agree? Say? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You'll know the greeting, Namaste, probably. I don't know much about these things, but I think you put your hands together, two become one, and you bow to the other. And I think this means something like, although we seem to be two, we're really one. And I'm the one and you're the one. And I honor the one in me. It's the same as the one in you. I honor the fact that the one or God or spirit is here, complete, total, not a part of it, but all of it. And mysteriously the same in you. Yeah. This is if you think about it, this is the most profound respect expressed to another, to say, you are God, or you are Buddha, or you are the one, or names, words. Don't get hung up on the words. See, it's the non-verbal experience of who you really are. But I mean, when you say namaste to someone, you don't go, namaste, namaste. No. You look at them and you say, namaste, right? It's direct looking, communication. You don't hide it. You take them in, and because you're saying to them, shouldn't be an empty ritual. I have a friend who is abbot of a Korean Zen center near Detroit, and he got in touch with me a few years ago, out of the blue, emailed me. And he said to me in the email, I'm enjoying being headless. I thought, all right, the guy's got it, right? I mean, so I emailed him back. I said, well, let's chat on Zoom. And he was up for it. So, I mean, the next day we were chatting on Zoom. He's about 80 now. And I did several workshops at his Zen center. It was great fun. And he was just remarkably open, deep in his tradition, remarkably open to say, yeah, it's that simple, yeah. It doesn't have to, it can be, it's what it is. But anyway, why I'm mentioning it is because he told me, I've changed now. Now instead of greeting people and saying namaste, I say, I'm space for you. I'm space for you. I am space for you. This is profound. Douglas Harding used to say, I die for you. I am empty for you. I'm busted wide open for you. I die in favor of you. I am nothing, I become you. There's no dividing line.